Welcome and welcome back to another Worthless Mutts. It is part 2 of No More Dog Beep. This is Dognuttery in Canada. This is the 16th episode. I can say, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I can say this is one of the only anti-dog free, dog hatred platforms in Canada. I could say that with smug ego, gloating, talk right now, and it feels good to be part of a reasonable cause. And the reason why I do this, it's in hopes that one day, we'll actually get a dog-free society where every single dog is euthanized and eliminated. And before we eliminate the last dog, we will hear that one last time of a dog, with their little squealy cry. And as soon as we put it down, we can finally say, yes, this dog culture has finally collapsed. Just like that. The dog culture, or you want to call it the dog empire, to finally collapse, and finally we can live free and safe without these worthless mutts. Many of us want to go to beaches, we want to go to parks, but they're always infested with these worthless mutts. And it's just, it's not worth it. You want to go and ride your bike. It's not even about the bears or the coyotes or the wolves or the mountain lions. It's more about the dogs. Because as we know, these wild animals, natural animals, they don't want anything to do with us. I don't know what it is. They really want nothing to do with us. They're more scared of us. And when they see us, they may stalk us and they would look at us from a distance, but they'll just walk away from us. But dogs, they're always coming at us. Always coming at us. And I did show this video in the previous part, but this is more of an extended of what happened in Edmonton when 2 pitbulls attacked 5 people. I know I did say 1 minute and 5 minutes, but I didn't realize the time was there. And this extended video, it happened in a time span of 10 minutes though. Even if it was 10 minutes, 1 minute, or 5 minutes, that doesn't dismiss how quick and fast these dogs attack people left to right. So we're going to watch the extended version. I'm going to give you my take of what happened. I'm going to do my best to try to pause before the guy punches the teenager, because again, I was not expecting that. Would not expect that. I would not suspect, even though it can happen, I wouldn't suspect that a dog nut or a pit nutter would punch someone for defending themselves from their dogs. But we're gonna watch this video. I'm gonna give you, I guess, my insight. I'm doing full screen right now. I'm not sure if it's in the full screen mode on OBS. Yes, it is. So I'm gonna give you my take as the video plays. So it starts, 2 teenagers are walking from school. Nice, it looks like a nice little town. It looks very peaceful. Grasses are cut. Looks like a nice little neighborhood. But what can go wrong? Immediately, they are charged by these things. And I just said, with natural animals, they don't just do this. They'll stalk you. They'll give you like warning signs and things like that, and you back up and you move away. You make a noise and they run away. You swat them and they run away. But with dogs, it doesn't happen. It's not like that. You're going to see that this teenager was swatting the dogs away with his jacket in their hands, and watch and see what happens. See? He's swatting them away, but they're still coming. They're still coming at him. They're still coming at them. And you remember, they say stand like a tree. A dog is attacking you, stand like a tree. What if these people were standing like a tree? It wouldn't help. It doesn't help. It would not help in this situation. It wouldn't help. They were just walking, just like any normal person would, and they're ambushed by these dogs. See, they're swatting it away, and here comes Oompa Loompa. Apparently, he's basically dog sitting for these worthless mutts. I don't understand why these pit nuts would want someone like this to watch over their ferocious dogs. He's coming. I'm going to pause it right now. I'm going to move it 10 seconds. So again, the it's not the owner though. He's dog sitting these things. The boy was trying to swat them away, and what it looks like, the guy punched or hit the kid for defending himself. And they're running. Oh, man. Oh, man. And they're going at it. Then here comes someone trying to help. She's trying to help. Look what happens. She's just trying to help. And they're like swarming. Like, this is worse than sharks. Look at them. Oh, he's moving like that. Natural animals don't do that. They're always moving like that, man. They make me so uncomfortable. Man. And this is the so-called dog sitter. And this guy's useless. He's useless. Worthless, man. Useless and worthless. That's a big mistake by these people. Oh, my goodness. Big mistake. You see their loose dogs, you walk back. That's a big mistake. I'm pretty sure they saw these things from a distance. They saw the commotion, and they're walking towards it. They're pretty much walking, towards their potential death here. And watch to see what happens. They're here. They're swarming these guys. The owner, the dog sitter, is pretty much useless at this point. And look what happens. They divert their attention to them. And look what they're doing. Oh, my goodness. And then, now there's a bus right here. Who knows if there are children on there? This Oompa Loompa. Man, why do they behave like this? Terrorizing people. Again, car coming, they don't even care about that. Oh, man. Yikes. And the owner is still struggling with them. He's still, the dog sitter, he's still struggling. And these people just, I don't understand. How can you do that? This person is seeing loose dogs, loose pit bulls, and they're just walking like it's okay. How do they do that? You can see that she's kind of pacing herself. Like she's speed walking out of there. But damn, how do you do that? My goodness. Man. God, these things are annoying. They're causing like a little bit of traffic here. God, this is what dogs do. They're causing traffic and so much commotion. We just saw a bird flying by. That bird didn't bother no one. That bird is not causing any traffic. We have these dogs attacking people, causing traffic, holding people up, terrorizing the neighborhood. Man. And the Oompa Loompa still struggling. Still struggling. Oh my goodness. Gosh. Obviously it could be a lot worse. We've seen worse. God, we're still only 3 minutes in, and this Oompa Loompa is still struggling with these things. This guy has the right idea. He's walking back. And then we have a cyclist coming by. Oh my God, these people are too. Some of them could just walk by like nothing. These dogs attacked 5 people. Attacking children for just walking down the street. But on public property. 2 other adults. 3 adults. For no reason. We just seen a bird fly by and that bird wasn't bothering anyone. No one's bothering the bird. But these dogs, they just like to terrorize people for no reason. No reason. We are about 5 minutes in and wow. Wow. That's horrible. That is horrible. This is what dog culture wants. This is what they want, man. Roughly about 5 minutes. You can say 5 minutes. Look at everyone now. Everyone's now out and about. Man. Why do man, like I said, you're not your dog's keeper. You're not your dog's keeper. You have no control of them, period. None whatsoever. You may distract them for a little bit, but you have no control of what they do. And this is just proof. This guy was struggling with them. Struggling. And then here comes another worthless mutt. Wow. How about that? Nice day in Edmonton. You're going to go home or whatever, do whatever you want, watch some cartoons or Netflix, maybe Disney Plus. And you have nothing to do with the dogs. And then you're ambushed by them. Then you're ambushed by dogs. Then you try to help the situation. You're also ambushed and attacked. Then you're just walking by and you're also attacked. And how about the warning signs that these dog nuts always say about watch for the warning signs? Do you really think that they had time to look for the warning signs? They were ambushed out of nowhere. They had no time to look for no warning signs. Who has time for that? And they're getting ambushed. Obviously, it could be a lot worse. Could have been worse. And it has been worse many, many, many times. You don't see this altercation with birds or squirrels or raccoons. It doesn't happen. Man's best friend is always coming at us like this. Always coming at us for just walking down the street. And he's getting arrested, man. Good. Good, man. Lock him up and throw away the key. And the owner as well, man. Owner as well. Lock them up and throw away the key. Because they are danger to the communities. They're danger. They bring these dangerous dogs in our communities. They have no control of them, obviously. They don't know anything about dogs. And what do? They attack and assault victims for defending themselves. They allow their dogs to attack and kill their own children. Lock them up and throw away the key. Man, this God, again, they always say, well, look for warning signs. Warning signs. Do you think they had time to look for these warning signs? Let's see it again. One more time from the start. See, they're walking down the street like any normal day. These things come out of nowhere and charge them. They had no time to look for no damn warning signs. And even then, they were even standing like a tree. They were still standing like a tree. They stood still, and they were still bombarded by them. They were still attacked. They were standing like a tree. It doesn't work. It is nonsense. And these people saying to stand like a tree, they only use dogs that they know. And when they take these pictures, they have the handler or the owner behind the camera instructing what the dog should do. Using food, using other cues and things for the dog. It's not fair. That's just nonsense. I want to see this done with an actual bully breed that they don't know, an actually abused bully breed, and see what happens. No protection, no armor, no nothing. Don't even tell them when the dog is going to attack. Just tell them one day we're gonna ambush you with some random abused dog, and let's see them stand like a tree and how that works. About stand like a tree. In Toronto, like again, this little recap of what I showed in the last part. Toronto, Ontario, there's a pitbull ban, but there's still pitbulls being trafficked in Ontario. There's still pitbulls being trafficked. This whole filter thing is kind of weird because I only filtered for the excuse me. Again, mixed breeds. You know that's pit bulls. You know those are pit bulls, bully breeds. Over 575 up for adoption. And also we have the pit bull terrier, which is also banned, but they're still being sold in Ontario. Still being sold in Ontario. None of this makes sense. None of this makes any sense. And to ban these things and these pitbull advocates, and to have these pitbull advocates, talk about uplifting the ban, what's the point? What's the point of uplifting a ban if they already exist? Anyways, like you already can own them and do whatever you want with them. And nothing's going to happen to you. So why are they complaining? And it's the same people that will say, they'll say the media or law enforcement are against bully breeds. And that's not true. If anything, they are for bully breeds. Because obviously they're still being sold. That means the governments are not doing anything. This is on the internet. Be sure they can track down their location easily. But they don't do that. They allow them to exist. So you can't say, the Ontario government or governments in general, they hate pit bulls or bully breeds. That's not true. They're allowing people to own them and get killed by them. And they put you bully breeds on TV so you can defend them. So how can you say the media hates bully breeds if they allow you on TV? If the media didn't want to hear what you had to say, they wouldn't put you on. You never, and I mean never have ever in the media, in the corporate media, ever had someone that was fully anti-dog on the media ripping and bashing and putting down these dogs and putting down dog culture. It has never happened. They only bring these dog lovers and bully retards to speak and to defend them. But you dog nuts, you pitbull nuts will have the audacity to say that the media and politicians hate bully breeds and all this. Even though there is a ban, they still attack. You're still allowed to own them, and you can come on the media and say it's not the breed. They'll allow you to come on their media, on their platform, and say it is not the breed. And you can even have one on TV showing the world that you have one of these things. And nothing is going to happen to you. If anything, they're promoting bully breeds. But you pitbull nuts and dog nuts are so dense and so stupid to see it. So dense and so stupid that you can't see that the media itself is pushing the dog and the pitbull bully breed narrative. So otherwise you can't say anything else. The reality of pitbulls. Let's see what the reality of pitbulls is. Here we see a little cat chilling. You know, if you all been there, you can walk by cats and they do nothing. They stare at you and nothing happens. I've walked by them, rode my bike by them, outdoor cats, indoor cats, and I've had no problem with them. I remember the first time I've encountered a cat. I was gonna go to someone's house. They had a cat. I was terrified. I remember that. I was terrified. But guess what? Nothing happened. I've been with cats, around cats, and nothing happened. Outdoor cats, nothing happened. But with dogs, they're always coming at you, always approaching you. Even when they're on a leash, they're always lunging towards you. I think I had it maybe twice where I am. This fragile little lady walking maybe 3 of these nasty big dogs has no control, obviously. Things like lunging at me. And the only thing keeping these dogs from coming at me is that little thread that she has in her hands. And even that's not enough. Because we can know that these dogs can overpower anyone. But watch this. And speaking of fragile fragile ladies, this lady is probably the same size of the lady around here who walks her worthless mutts. She has maybe 3 of these big nasty things, and they walk around the block with them. See, this cat's chilling, doing nothing. Look at this. Wow, look at that. Whoa, look at that. Wow. Oh, man. Oh, no. Poor kitty. Poor kitty. This is just the reality of these dogs and pit bulls. See, these leashes are worthless. See, she's struggling. Look at this. Leash. Remember to leash your pit bulls. Oh, no, look at the thing. What? Did you see that? The leash broke off. The leash broke. See, these things are worthless. Leashes are worthless. Having owners are worthless. The media itself is technically worthless because it's still pushing these things as if they're lovable things, and every day this is happening. Animals, even other dogs, are getting attacked by these dogs. Adults, children, teenagers, owners are all getting attacked. These things are attacking cars. They're attacking cars, ladies and gentlemen. They are attacking cars. I'm going to go over this briefly. Top 12 dog bite stats in Canada. Over 500,000 bites happen annually in Canada. 500 Canada Post workers are bitten every year. You're twice as likely to be bitten by a dog in the city than in the country. Children 5 to 9 are most commonly bitten. Adults are commonly bitten on the hands, and the children are bitten on the face and neck. There's been over 28 fatalities since 1990 and 2007. 24 of them were children under 12. They say Prairie Province had the highest incidence of fatal dog attacks. So they say, I might be contradicting myself, but they say Prairie Provinces have the... Okay, what's a Prairie Province? I don't even know what a Prairie Province is. So before I speak my nonsense, what is a Prairie Province? Why are they called Prairie Provinces? Canadian Prairie Provinces are northern, extremely vast Greenland region extended almost to the Gulf of Mexico. In Canada, the word prairie is also used to refer collectively to provinces of Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta. There's something crawling on me. Sorry. Yeah, but anyways, I'll let that go. 58% of Canadians believe that attacks are due to bad owners and not bad dogs. Like I said, you owners, you are not your dog's keeper. Like you're not. You don't control your dog. You don't. You can train them all you want and all this, etc., but that doesn't keep them from attacking anyone. So owners, they're worthless. They are worthless. Bad owners. I mean, they're saying they're bad owners because they have to train the worthlessness out of the dog, their natural state out of the dog, because they know the natural state of dogs are so bad, and they depend on people to do that. It's weird though that they depend on other people to train out the natural behavior from a dog. No other species does that. There's no other species that requires another species to train them so they don't act a certain way. That's just out of order. 67% of Canadians support muzzling breeds considered dangerous. Again, why not just eliminate them? We just seen a dog break out of a leash. I'm pretty sure eventually they can probably start breaking out of these muzzles somehow. And look at the younger Canadians are likelier to fall under the bad owner side. I mean, this stuff has been going. I mean, it happens to all these owners, young, old, male, female. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter, really. It doesn't matter. Because dogs are the same as they were, I'll say yesterday. When I say yesterday, as in years ago, decades ago, centuries ago, they're still the same. They're still the same, the exact same. The thing that has changed is the people. But the dog remains the same. So, us changing, not changing, it's irrelevant. They're still attacking us. They're still attacking people. All right. Where is this? Not sure where this is. But anyways, jury delivers massive verdict against owners of pitbull that twice attacked a 12-year-old. Jury on Tuesday awarded Jackson County family over $400,000 after a neighborhood pitbull attacked their young son so badly last year he nearly lost part of his leg. The lawsuit, which filed in February 2023, centered on then 12-year-old Chris McClearty and a pitbull named Trash Can. Really? Okay. Who lived a few houses away. And what have I always said? You don't have to know the dogs. You could be on your own property and they'll still attack you. Now, the court battle between the neighbors of the Quiet Golf Park Estates community has ended in a blow to the owner, Raymond, and a win for the child's family, who said they feared the dog would attack again. They add, "We're really happy," said attorney Matthew Lott, whose firm represented McClarty. The jury saw the atrocity the Liases committed on this child by keeping this vicious, worthless mutt at home. So, again, we have, our fellow neighbors hoarding these dangerous dogs. They know they're dangerous. And the dog, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but apparently the dog attacked the child twice last year. And that left him with bites and puncture wounds and sent him to the hospital. Then the dog charged the child again. The child spent 5 days at the hospital. How about that? You're attacked once, nothing happens. You're attacked again, and you almost lose your leg, you almost lose your life. This is the type of behavior from these bully breeds that is acceptable. It is acceptable for them to keep these dangerous dogs so they can, again, potentially, terrorize and hurt other people. We have this child who was attacked twice in 1 year. Twice in 1 year by the same dog. And after the first time, nothing happened. And here he goes again, almost losing his life, almost losing his leg, because someone has a fetish for these bully breeds. I mean, these dogs are probably going to get put down now, or probably did get put down. So if they can seize the dogs after the second time, they could have done that the first time. But they didn't. They can do it, but this shows that they didn't do it. They had to wait again until someone else was attacked. Mounted police officer at the time of the attack has defended his dog ferociously. So this was a Lias. He was a part-time Moss Point police officer. This was a police officer. A police officer. And he defended this dangerous dog. He denied that the dog was vicious pretty much after the first attack, or even before that. He even, after the attacks and I guess the warning signs, he fought to keep the dog and promised to obey orders and obey the orders to confine the dog at home, leashed and muzzled anytime else. He contended the child ventured on to his property near his mailbox when the dog attacked. So what? That does not warrant any kind of attack. Not even people, security guards, or police are going to just attack you just for stepping on the property. They're going to give you a warning. They're going to talk to you. They're going to talk to you and say, hey, do this. And they may give you a warning. They may take out their firearm and say, do this, please obey. And if you don't, then they do that. But this dog immediately attacks this boy again. He ventured on his property. So what? That does not warrant an attack. Were you in danger? You're a police officer. Were you really in danger? And said, despite all the evidence that suggested McClurdy was only walking down the street, Lott said. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Maybe, again, as we know, these dog nuts, they lie a lot. They do lie a lot. They do lie quite a bit. Sorry. Check something on my phone. Anyways, yeah, so again, as we know, dog nuts, they do lie. This so-called police officer said the boy stepped on his property and the dog attacked. But they're saying he was only walking down the street, which I can probably believe. We just seen the videos of 2 teenagers, 3 adults, just on the street walking, and they get attacked. So it doesn't matter if you're on the property or not. You can still be attacked. You can still be attacked. Toddler attacked in backyard by dog. Where is it? Was it this one? Was it this one? Excuse me. There's another story of a toddler. He was in his backyard. The neighbor had a dog, and the neighbor's dog came onto his property and mauled the child. This happened in Detroit. A 4-year-old boy. My bad. Again, I'm just showing you. That it doesn't matter where you are. Pitbull was playing in his backyard Wednesday afternoon. Was fatally mauled by 1 or 2 dogs. Attack occurred just before 3 p.m. on city's west side. We're not sure if one or two of the dogs, but Animal Control has 2 dogs in custody. They say that dogs in custody. I believe the dogs belong to the neighbors behind where the victim lived, but as far as how it happened, they're unsure. So yeah, again, child's in his own backyard, dogs come over and kill him. That's just a good example of it doesn't matter if you're on your property or territory or not. These things, they will attack you. And the family was asking for over $500,000. This guy is pleading and saying his dog was a family pet, was not aggressive or vicious, but yet it attacked someone. But yet it still attacked a child again. Mississippi law. Is this Canada? I thought this was in Canada. I don't know. I thought this was Canada. But anyways, it's the same Mississippi. But nevertheless, Mississippi law does not require the liases. Wait. Did you hear that? The Mississippi law does not require the liases to euthanize their dog. And they continue to keep it muzzled. So after 2 attacks, the dog is not getting euthanized. 2 attacks, same year, on a child who was just simply walking, was attacked by a police officer's, dog. This guy says it was a family dog, but it attacks this child, and second time, and now the dog gets to live again. Dog still gets to live. The dog, Lot said, was apparently doing its job. Doing its job. What? Look. Look what the dog did. That's the dog's job? To maul a child's leg? This guy's in a wheelchair. Was that the dog's job, to put a child in the wheelchair? And again, it's a pit bull. And they said they're not required to euthanize the dog after 2 attacks. I'm going to have to look up the Mississippi dog laws, because this is, I would say, gut-wrenching a little bit. So, I'm not sure where this is. Edmonton. So another attack in Edmonton. Osoyos, excuse my pronunciation. Another boy is killed by King Caruso's. He was 11. They were owned by a woman. There were two of these things. And one in Ontario, where an unleashed dog in children's playground attacked and seriously injured a young boy in Lake County, or Lake Country. 2 dogs attacked, killed a small dog in Vancouver. But yeah, I have King Caruso's still at it, killing the children. One thing I highlighted here, again, this person was, letting people know that dogs are bred to do various things, and they added, talk about other dog breeds, how they can do this and do that, and how pit bulls were bred to fight. And they added, if you were starting a dog fight ring, you'd use a pit bull, because they're designed for it and have all the genetics for it. But now dog fighting is illegal, so is bull baiting. There is almost no reason for these breeds, and that's true. They were meant for fighting. Fighting is outlawed, and so there's really no reason for them. You keep them, and we get more deaths every day by these things. And it's really unfortunate. Father of boy killed by dog shares grief, horroring details of attack. What's this one? It wasn't this one. It's the same one. Sorry, I thought it was a different story. I thought it was a totally different story. So it was this. Oh, so it was this. So, okay. Okay. My bad. So it was the same story that we have spoke about before, of the boy getting attacked by dogs. And I also covered that in the same house, another lady was attacked by cane corsos again. And I thought that was like very weird for that to happen. Person says, thank you because my neighbor's pitbull attacked us again. And again, not all of these pitbulls attacks are dog attacks. They don't all make the news. They don't all get recorded. They don't. The dog lovers looking in, they say, oh, there's not that much attacks. There's not that much. I never heard that much attacks. My dog has never attacked. I've been around dogs. I've never been attacked, but they're happening all over the world where they're not being mentioned. There's a lot that I don't know about. A lot that the media doesn't know about. Because my neighbors will attack us again from the other side of the fence and hit the fence so hard it rattled. I fear myself that the thing will be uncontrolled outside someday. So people are scared. They're scared. They're scared of these things. I'm scared of these things too. We all should be. But, you know, these governments that are like anti-pitbull, apparently, they still allow these things to wreak havoc in our communities. People are dying. They're dying from these things. If people weren't dying, maybe it would be a different story. But people are dying from them. They are dying. Um, 100% number one choice of thugs, drug dealers, criminals, dog fighters, and other assorted riff-raff. Don't get one. Don't even get a dog. Problem solved. It is. That's how we solve these dog issues. But it's totally backwards at this moment. There will always be dog bites and fatalities. One should have to work within an acceptable system that has major consequences for those that can't, don't, or won't follow the laws. Yeah, but in dog culture, it's very loose. It is very, very loose. I'm gonna bookmark this, kind of like this forum. We are in Saskatchewan, and this is regarding worthless mutts. So that means I gotta give you the worthless stamp of approval. The worthless stamp of approval, ladies and gentlemen. That means we're gonna be discussing how worthless these dogs are. So worthless that we have people rescuing 26 of these disgusting dogs from awful conditions, and 10 were put down. The Regina Humane Society had a very busy night on May 15th after they rescued 26 worthless mutts from deplorable conditions. According to the society, a tip came in Wednesday reporting dogs living in poor conditions. An investigation was launched alongside Regina Police Service. And how about that? Dogs are so worthless that they require another species to make sure that their living conditions is good. They require another species to make sure they don't attack and kill people. They require another species to feed them, and that doesn't happen in nature. It doesn't happen like that. Only with dogs it really does happen. Because if they are not taken care of by people, look where they end up. And you cannot deny this. You cannot deny this. Because 26 of these nasty dogs were in an awful condition, and they were rescued, proving again that these dogs are worthless and incompetent. A team of officers worked through the night to remove and transport the worthless mutts to the animal community center, where they were each examined by the veterinarian staff. They have various mixes of worthless mutts. Again, their worthless fur was matted and debris were found all over their ears and noses, because they're worthless and disgusting. You don't see such things with natural animals. You don't see this with the lions, with the bears, with the Canadian geese, the cockroaches. It's only with these dogs. They can't groom themselves. What? All the other animals are doing pretty well, but dogs themselves, they can't groom themselves. They can't groom themselves. If they could, why are they so dirty like this? Why are they so dirty like this? Why are they being rescued? Because they're worthless. A ton of these worthless mutts were put down. And they lastly add, after further observation, staff is expected that the remaining worthless mutts will be available as they're ready for adoption for a new, caring, loving home. Again, we got to give that stamp, the worthless stamp of approval. The worthless stamp of approval. Because these dogs definitely are worthless. Supposed to be in Canada. They say in the United States, pitbulls and Rottweilers have been responsible for the most deaths from dog attacks, in consideration of the fact that pitbulls accounted for many dog attacks in Canada, as well as public perception. You guys can see that. The print is very small. All right. In consideration the fact that pitbulls account for many attacks in Canada, as well as public perception that these dogs are more dangerous than most. The Ontario adopted a ban on pitbulls in 2005. Dogs younger than 9 years old are not allowed in Ontario, and the penalty is immediate confiscation. The ban on pitbulls include the following breeds. So I'm a little confused now. They say dogs younger than 9 years old are not allowed in Ontario. And the penalty is immediate confiscation of these worthless mutts. And again, the Pit Bull Terrier, the Staff-Wired Bull Terrier, the American Staff-Wired Terrier, the American Pit Bull Terrier. These are banned dogs. And they also say dogs with the characteristics and appearance of pit bull breeds. But I just shown you in the Pet Finder that they're still being sold and trafficked. These dogs are still being sold and trafficked all around Ontario. So this ban doesn't really make any sense. It doesn't make sense. They said the 2010 survey concluded, however, despite the banning of pit bulls for 5 years, there was no significant decrease in the number of dog bites in Ontario. Because bans don't work. They don't work because you're still allowing them to exist. You will make these various laws and rules for them, but as they say, there was no decrease in dog attacks by them. The only solution is to get rid of them. You get rid of them. If anything, it's probably safer. Like, statistically, realistically, it is safer if these dogs are actually in shelters than they are in someone else's home. I've never heard of dogs getting loose out of these shelters to attack people. Obviously, if you're in the shelter, you'll still get attacked. But outside of the shelter, I haven't heard anything like that. At least not yet. So again, the solution is to get rid of them. This so-called ban is just, it's weird. It doesn't make sense. It's like they say they're going to immediately confiscate them, but I still see them. They're still being sold all over the internet in Ontario. We just have Edmonton uplifting the ban in 2012, but yet there's still attacks by them. They say you got to train these things, but it doesn't matter. As long as these dogs exist, there are going to be dog attacks. There's still going to be dog attacks. Dogs don't deserve to live on this earth. Because because us people and dogs, we don't get along. We're not getting along at all. If we were getting along, why are we still discussing this topic? Why is this still an issue? Why are we still getting killed by these dogs if we can get along? And we can't. Another species shouldn't have to train another species to not kill someone. It should not happen. But yet it happens. And then we blame the species that's responsible for the attack. We're focusing our energy on the wrong subject here. But even though they do blame the owners, they're still letting any owner own these things. And we just seen that in the dog stats. Was it right here? That younger Canadians are likely to fall on the bad owner side. So why are they still letting younger Canadians own them? Why are they still letting immature Canadians own them? Why are they letting anyone own these dogs? They're just saying, hey, you want to own them? Hey, take it. But then these dogs then attack. Then you're going to blame the people for giving these dogs a bad reputation? Even though you know that they're capable of killing and attacking. And what do? You do the same thing over and over again. But in Quebec, woman mauled in dog attack wins $460,000. Just read another case. The other boy won like $500,000. I think that's what we should all do. We all should. I'm not saying we all should, but if anyone who's been attacked, we gotta sue these dog nuts. Sue them so bad that they go broke, man. If they really cared about their lives, they wouldn't be hoarding these dogs in them with them. What was it? In the UK, an XL woman living alone with her dogs, she was mauled by them. And no one knew about this until her sons came. Imagine that. You give them shelter and all this, and you live with them alone and they maul you. No one's going to know if you're dead or not, or where you are, because you're dead. The dogs aren't going to call you. Someone has to go over the house to confirm if you're dead or not. And they step into the house, they become another victim. But anyways, Quebec, she wins over $406K in dog attack. 5 years after she was attacked by dogs in Quebec, the town and the dog's owner must pay her nearly $460,000 in damages. Why does it take so long, though? Why does it take so long? In 2019, 55-year-old who enjoyed playing tennis and mountain biking was jogging in the municipality of Quebec Eastern Township when 3 dogs belonging to, Alan Burns mauled her. Again, another one just doing an innocent activity of jogging. And she gets mauled by dogs. She was left in critical condition. She had to undergo 13 operations, 12 months in rehab, and 22 months in psychological treatment. I mean, the pain being attacked is bad. But I think the aftermath of the attack is worse. Far worse. I mean, let's say you do survive attack. You have to look at the scars. And those scars every day are going to remind you that a dog did this to you. A dog did this to you when you were just doing something you loved to do. A dog did this. Man's best friend did this for no reason. Attacking you for no reason. Look in the mirror, you look in your shadow, in a reflection, you see the scars. And they're going to be stuck there for life. Maybe the scars will go away eventually, but the damage in your head is always still going to be there. You can deny it, you can, rub it out somehow and pretend it didn't happen, but it's always going to be in your head. You're going to replay that moment every day in your head of being attacked by a dog. Every day. Being attacked by man's best friend, attacking you. How can that be? It is the dogs. It is the dogs. For them to be attacking people like this. For jogging, picking blueberries, walking on the street. It's a dog problem. And relying on another species to make sure they don't attack is reckless. It is reckless. Family mourns woman who died protecting granddaughter from own dog, a boxer pitbull cross. She was killed by her own dog, and this needs a little violin. I have no compassion, no remorse for owners who get mauled by their own dog. I just really don't care. It may sound harsh, may sound too blunt and too direct, but I really just don't care. Yeah, she did protect her granddaughter, but at the same time, she brought this upon herself and her own children, her own self, her own family, her own blood. And guess what? She died because of it. She died because of her recklessness. She did it. Did she deserve it? Well, if you're going to bring something that is known to attack and something that is dangerous, and you're going to be reckless and immature about it and act so comfortable around them, then I guess you might deserve it. It's sad for the families that they have to live without a grandmother and a mom, but this could be easily avoided by not owning these things. Did owning a dog make her life any different or any better? And I believe it didn't. If these things made her life so great, why did they kill her? Why would a dog that, makes you feel so good kill you? Attack your own children. Relatives of a Calgary area woman killed by her own pet dog while trying to protect her granddaughter say they are struggling to deal with what happened. They're struggling because they were too comfortable. They were too arrogant. They thought something like this would never happen. A lot of dognuts think that. It will never happen. And when it does, they're in shock. This could be avoided. There's so much information out there. Stats, facts about them. And then again, you don't even need to look at the stats and facts to stay away from these things. Because again, I always felt uncomfortable around them. There was just something about them. They're so ugly, hideous. Why would you want something like that near you? I guess you can say it's because of the cartoons and the TV that has warped their minds. thinking they can get any dog and it could be happily ever after, but instead we have the violin playing. Violin playing instead. She was 50, was attacked Saturday evening at her home in rural property near Langdon. Family members say she was mauled after trying to stop the boxer pitbull across from attacking her 2-year-old granddaughter. One life saved, while the other life is gone. The girl remains in the hospital. The pet and the other dog were removed from the property and are under quarantine. A decision on the fate of the dogs are in the hands of the police unless the family decide to have the worthless mutts euthanized. One of Lloyd's family members wrote on Facebook post thanking the community for their support in the face of the tragedy. I also want to thank all the first responders that were there to help us. This is not easy for anyone involved. Your support is needed and deeply appreciated. And could have been avoided though. She could be here still. If we eliminate all these dogs, this happened in 2018, but nevertheless, if you eliminate all these dogs, we don't become dog nuts. Dogs are not pets. Everyone who have died from dogs, they would still be alive today. They wouldn't be in casts. They wouldn't be in the hospital. Wouldn't have scars. But we allow them in, and we get death after death after death after death. Yeah, I do see these dogs around in Ontario as well. So a lady was walking her dog and she was attacked by a mother bear, which charged at her. Speaking of charging, she was charged at her. Well, she was attacked. She was just attacked. She wasn't killed. One was attacked by the bear walking her dog. And they closed down the trail. And that's what these animals do. They protect their young. They protect their young. I mean, we can learn from these bears. We can learn from these bears. They protect their young. They're not going to allow anyone near them. They don't know you. But in dog culture, we'll have these intelligent adults endangering their children, their grandchildren, with these dogs. Here they are bringing a predator in to live with their children. So, I'm sorry, but these bears are vastly more intelligent than these owners. And I'm going to have to side with the bear here. The bear did what it's supposed to do. I mean, if we see dogs, we should have this mentality of wanting to attack these dogs, to keep them away. That's what we should always do. We see a dog, we scare them off, we be aggressive towards them. We shoo them away, kill them, attack them, whatever the case may be. Keep them away from our young, keep them away from us. But no, instead, we embrace them. We embrace them. In Brazil, there's a lot of stray dogs. Instead of, shooing them away, they embrace them. They embrace them. They embrace them. And that only leaves more attacks happening. And recently in Brazil, I did see that there were like an increase of dog attacks in Brazil. Let's see, Brazil, Rio, Janeiro, dog attack. I did hear that again. Even in Brazil, there's been a increase of dog attacks. Can't find it now. Yeah, I can't find it right now. Yeah, let's not bother getting to that. Brazil. Oh, here it is. It was from Reddit. This is from Banned Pitbulls. Dog attacks in Rio de Janeiro average of 13 per day. This was just 2 days ago that we posted this. So it's a worldwide thing. And I did say in another video, I know I say that a lot, but most we hear from a dog attacks are the US, Canada, UK, Australia, and like that's it. India as well, and that's it. But this is a worldwide global catastrophe that's going on. We don't always hear about dog attacks in Brazil. We don't always hear about dog attacks in Romania. We don't hear about dog attacks in Russia. We don't hear about dog attacks in Zimbabwe. We don't hear about dog attacks in Jamaica. We don't hear about dog attacks in Alaska. We don't hear about those dog attacks. It's usually just from the US, Canada, India, UK, and Australia. But dogs are attacking worldwide every day. Imagine, how many countries are there in the world? How many countries in the world? Over 195 countries. So every day, that's at least 195 dog attacks in one day around the world for one country. Imagine that. And then you have, provinces and states and other regions. You can time that by maybe 3 or 2. That's a lot. So 195 times 3, over 585 dog attacks worldwide potentially do happen around the world. That's a lot. That is a lot. Here we have a man suffers significant injuries in grizzly bear attack while hunting with father in Canada. So it's like it's okay for these dog nutters to hunt innocent animals, but as soon as these wild animals attack, us, it's automatically a huge problem. Like it really has to do with dog culture, because these hunters, they also do use dogs to hunt. They use dogs to hunt these innocent animals. They kill innocent animals, and they're glorified and they're worshipped. But as soon as these animals attack them, they got to put down the animal immediately. We have to feel sorry for this guy. Why are we feeling sorry for him? We should be laughing at this dog nutter. I'm pretty sure he's a dog nut. If you're a hunter, chances are you are likely a dog nutter. Most likely a dog nutter. And again, they do this for sport. They don't do this to survive. They do this for sport. Attacking innocent animals for no reason. And now we have to feel bad for him. I'm not feeling bad for this dog nutter. I'm not feeling bad for him. Good for him. I don't care. But we can learn from these bears, though. We can learn from them. In the case of protecting your young, protecting your territory, we can learn from them. They will attack to protect themselves and their territory and their young. But with dog culture, they will bringing dogs, bully breeds, you name it, and pretty much offer their children to the dog. Again, it's only in dog culture where another species has to fend, feed, groom, make sure another species doesn't attack. Only in dog culture. That only happens exclusively in dog culture. You cannot find another culture where you have to train this thing not to attack people. Got to give it food. Got to groom it. Got to make sure it doesn't stink. Got to make sure it doesn't shit everywhere. Make sure it doesn't eat its shit. Make sure it doesn't chase its tail. Make sure it doesn't attack people. Doesn't attack its young. Doesn't attack you. Needs a leash. Needs laws. Needs penalties. Needs muzzles. You can't find it. Can't find it. You can't even find it. Only exclusively in dog culture. So we have marked the end of episode 16, Dognuttery in Canada. No more dog beep part 2, where once again we, or at least I, give my insight and my perspective of dognuttery, dog culture in Canada. And like any other country, it is horribly bad. It is really bad. Really, really bad. We have people dying, people getting attacked for no reason, and yet the media and the governments, they do nothing. They do nothing. We just had the incident in I thought it was in Canada, but it was apparently in Mississippi, but nevertheless, his dog, I still have it here. I don't have it here, but his dog attacked the child twice, and the dog doesn't have to be euthanized. I mean, can it get more worse than that? This is a police officer, and he was told you had to do this with it, muzzle it, keep it on a leash, keep it confined, but yet it still attacks people. So yes, owners are responsible, but this is what dogs do. This is what they are. They just attack. They attack and attack and attack and attack and attack. That's what they do. And they have no place. There's no place for them in our society. None whatsoever in our society. Because dogs themselves, they don't want to adjust to us. They want to keep being dogs because that's what they do. But we have dog owners and lovers that think that they can change and tame and train these dogs to be a certain way. But yet, the outcome remains the same over and over again. Where dogs that are trained or whatever, owned, loved, are still attacking random people, attacking children, and attacking their owners. So if they can attack their owners that are feeding it, what about those that aren't feeding it? What about the pedestrian that's minding their own business? What about the child in his own backyard? No one is safe from these dogs. No one is safe. And so and to have these more fines and stricter laws with them does nothing. It doesn't do anything. Even bans themselves, it doesn't do anything. We just read that even though there's been a ban in Ontario, the attacks are still increasing. They're still increasing even though there's a ban on pitbulls. So these so-called bans are rubbish. And what needs to happen is these dogs need to be banned and eliminated. We ban them and we eliminate them. And we wait for that last dog to make its final little cry. After that dog makes its final cry, we eliminate that dog. And then we can watch the dog culture crumble. Watch it crumble. And then now our children, all of us can go to the beaches, we can go to the parks, we can, even take a nap at a park, knowing that there are no more dogs ever. No more dogs barking, no more dogs. We can finally live in peace. I am Gore the Dog Butcher with another worthless mutts. And please remember that it's okay to hate dogs.